and welcome to Pod Return to the Waking Sands. We are a Final Fantasy XIV companion podcast where we explore the lore and story of Hydaelyn and beyond. My name is Jen, and I'm joined by my co-host and researcher.
I'm Levi.
Hey, Levi.
Welcome to episode 200, Jen.
Whoa!
Thank you.
And other such sounds of
and other
revelry.
such sounds. We're so happy right now.
That snuck up on me, to be honest. I mean, like a few weeks ago, we planned this, but it snuck up on me.
On brand for Jen.
Yeah.
Sadly, there is not any big, beefy content available to us right now that we can do to celebrate on tier with a deep dungeon, for instance. But we wanted to do something special, so we are rounding up the extreme versions of the trials we've done so far.
Yeah.
That is Ravana, Bismarck, and Thordan.
You know, the three stooges. I don't know. The three amigos.
You're slipping, Jen. I'm sorry.
The three
This is it. This is where we peak. It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from here. Correct. Episode 300 is going to be trash.
Ravana and Bismarck are part of a quest chain, a different branch of the same one that leads into the Warring Triad. It's a very weird legacy mechanic that loops these extremes into a story, on par with the recurring problem / primal nature quests from A Realm Reborn.
Yeah. They're back.
We are not going into the Warring Triad proper just yet, but this will lay some groundwork for later. So, let's do it.
Let's go.
At Fertomp Manor, we find that a stranger has been asking after us. He left a message to meet us at the Rising Stones. The guard at the manor informs us, "If you have a mind to oblige the stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease to simply be near him."
Yeah.
We head on over to the stones, to Minfilia's former chamber, and we find Urianger and a mysterious masked person in a hooded white robe with a childlike build. The mask is somewhat akin to the wood whaler masks, a full face with empty-looking eyes. This person gives kind of Ascian vibes to me, but perhaps we'll find out more as we progress.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that we as players know that Urianger is consorting with Ascians, so this meeting may read as extra skeevy.
Well, this guy introduces himself as Onukalai. He's here on behalf of a quote-unquote friend. There's a rising threat of icons, not primals. There is a distinction. The term icon was used by the Allagons to describe godlike beings. The Garleans just copied it because they want to be like important or whatever. Urianger enters the Solar and takes over. Unokalai is familiar with Urianger somehow, but we know that the Allagons battled with the icons of Eld. Eventually,
which
not
are different
only...
than primals, we swear.
Right. Like, how?
This guy feels like
we'll find that
a
out.
primal weeb. You know, that's not real
Yeah,
icons. That's a
100%.
primal.
Yeah.
That's American primals.
Which, all right, school us, man. And eventually they not only captured them, but they figured out how to harness their power. And they honed this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Azys Law. Also on Azys Law are 3 of these icons, sealed away, known as the Warring Triad. And getting to the Warring Triad...
Jen, what's the Warring Triad from?
Final Fantasy VI that I'm playing right now. Oh my god. If you want to join the Patreon, you can listen to those episodes.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah. So getting to the Warring Triad and sucking up their power was the whole reason the Archbishop went there. Unfortunately, when we vanquished him, we also severely weakened the Triad's bindings. So it's only a matter of time before they break free completely. The good news is we can thwart this disaster by first dealing with 2 gods who have once again been summoned by their worshippers, Ravana and Bismarck. Unless we intervene, those 2 will seek the Triad's power, releasing their calamitous bullshit on the world. Urianger will return to the Waking Sands to figure out the best way to reseal the Warring Triad. In the meantime, our task will be to eliminate the primals. It's per usual. Unokalai will assist us, and Urianger reassures us that Unokalai is not our enemy, for the time being at least.
First, we're going to tackle Ravana. Within Thok, he builds his strength, feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children. But those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourself to them a second time, so we need a second way in. To that end, we are given a bauble. 'Tis known among the Nath as the Burning Eye of Ravana, and when the time comes, you will know what to do.
We visit with the Vath storyteller, who's glad to hear about our primal murder plans. However, he only knows of one other way into Thok, through an aetheryte housed within a place called the Gyna Hive. Is that where you get your pap smears?
Nice. Chin's back, baby.
Not only is it deep inside the one-mind colony, attunement can only be achieved by warriors whom the non-mind consider quote-unquote worthy. Luckily, we have this bauble Unokalai gave us, which allows us to pass muster with the aetheryte.
Maybe. It's real weird. Did you clock this, Shin?
That's what I clocked, what I just said.
I see.
Yeah.
So, that is the case, but not really. We go to a second location.
Oh, don't ever do that.
We do it.
Oh my god.
And
You're
find
dead.
another raw aetheryte. And this is the text from the interaction. We click on the aetheryte. The text reads, after a pause, you smash the gemstone against the aetheryte. Nothing much happens. Out of habit, you attune with the aetheryte, and once more, nothing much happens. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thok Extreme unlocked.
It's very weird.
If we check the quest log, we get the following. You smash the gemstone against the aetheryte, and nothing much happens. You then proceed to attune to the aetheryte without difficulty. The invisible ward seemingly satisfied by the sacrifice of Unokalai's bauble. Prove yourself now a worthy challenger and vanquish the unbridled wrath of the colony. Okay. I don't know what the fuck, Jen.
So it's just anticlimactic for no reason?
I do not understand what's going on with the actual in-game text saying nothing happens and then being unlocked, but...
Yeah, like why mention it at all?
That is my question, to which I have no answer.
So, yeah.
Either way, we're back in the hive, and it's Ravana Extreme time. Jen, who were our Ravana Extreme peeps?
Our Ravana Extreme peeps.
Look at you.
Word.
Normally, the unseen cutting room floor meta is that there is a 5-minute pause every time I ask the question.
I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta go.
And Jen's like, oh, fuck. Oh, wait, I can't find it. Then I have to go get it myself. I have to go find the screenshot I took of the peeps to send to Jen. And then we sit back down and get back into the mode. But today, Jen has it up and ready.
Look at that.
Congrats, Jen.
I can learn things.
Still, after all this time.
After all this time. We had Ariata Dimulte as warrior, Nemui Shiden as reaper, Leonardo Azunia probably, as scholar, Valen Kaisar as pictomancer. It took me a second to remember what the fuck that's called. It was like pictographer. Freya Highwind as machinist, Morzone Vandalfo as astrologian, and I was Dragoon, and Shu was Dark Knight.
Yeah. Good job, Jen.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good job, everyone.
We fucking killed it.
I mean, so fast.
Yep. I like this trial a lot. Unlike in normal mode, Ravana sticks around after the phase change to do some actual mechanics, whereas in normal, you burn him down seconds after and don't get to enjoy that sweet final phase music.
Sure. Yeah. We had some deaths on this one. We had
a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
And a wipe.
We had to do it more than once.
So there aren't really that many unique mechanics on this compared to normal mode, just the OG mechanics but tuned up. For instance, his reflect mechanic, where he reflects physical damage from certain directions, this now has 4 possible variations that are telegraphed only by the cast bar, such as seeing right means you have to attack from the left, and seeing wings means you must attack from the front, because I guess the wings are the
also
sides and behind.
Sure.
He does get Ifrit charges too, where he spawns these clones who will then charge across the arena in succession, Ifrit style. Yeah. You have to kind of run in front of the clone charges to not get caught by them.
And that was hard because the telegraph for where the first guy lands isn't super clear.
Yeah.
And if you don't get to that spot right away, you're gonna get got. Because like with Ifrit, these AoEs, these line AoEs are way fatter than you think they're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's very little time to get into the right position if you don't know what the telegraph is. And yeah, I got by this once.
The overall flow of the fight is essentially Ravana powering up while doing these continuous AoE varieties that you need to recognize and resolve, either through evasion, stacking, or passing of markers. It's a bunch of Final Fantasy XIV-esque AoEs, but in quick succession. So it's not like there's these big signature mechanics like some fights have. It's more just the rapid pattern of these that go out.
Right.
Continuously, you have to kind of spot and resolve. It's a fun fight, but it's hard to like say, all right, so now we get this cool thing here because it's some sword variation or whatever.
There's nothing proprietary here to
Except
Ravana.
The infamous butterfly phase, Jen, which is infamous because even on normal mode, you can wipe here easily. People tunnel vision the boss and don't kill the butterfly ads, which will then power up his phase change raid-wide. So we run around and kill the ads, and there are a lot of butterfly ads on Extreme. After which we get that big raid-wide where we are levitated into the air, and then he does all these sword slashes, and we resume the fight. With now the bordering fence having been broken up, with now an unbroken path into the pit. The broken fence makes an unbroken path to your death.
To your death.
And of course, we get the cool final phase music. It's like phase 5 or some shit. I don't know. If you check the wikis, there are like 7 sub-phases or some bullshit. I call this a 3-phase fight in my mind, but I don't care.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, moving on. So we get cool music, and we're now into like the same things beforehand, but even more amped up with these knockbacks that can knock you off the edge of the arena into the pit as well. But here is mostly if you have kind of learned the earlier mechanics or can limp through them, you can still get the clear here, and we did. We got our clear on our second attempt here on min eye level, which I was not expecting. I was buckled up for like a full-on, extreme slog, full hour or more.
Right, yeah.
But no, it was a messy clear, but we got it.
It took, 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes. And I think we got wiped almost by this charge mechanic where it's essentially like a half limit cut, Jen.
Oh, I know what that means.
Yeah, where you have to have 4 players who are marked stand in order to make sure Ravana does not go through the arena center and kill people with his charges. We did not place those marked players correctly, so he did charge across the room. We got near wiped. I believe that was a healer LB3 moment. We recovered, obviously, and got the clear. And it's a lot of fun. I'm happy because normally after a mechanic like that in like a modern day extreme, there would be a body check mechanic right afterwards to say, right, you fucked up this mechanic, therefore get fucked.
Right.
But here, though, it gives you the chance. Yeah, exactly. It gives you the chance, though, here to actually recover if you can keep the game going for long enough to undo those past mistakes. This is my ideal difficulty, Jen. I don't like the current extremes where it's like you must do perfection or you're fucked pretty much.
Yeah.
Here, though, we can have a sloppy fucking clear, but it's still a clear, and it's a lot of fun to have that valley and the recovery and so on.
Yeah, that's, there's a lot of tension.
Exactly.
And excitement.
Whereas for me, Jen, during a current day extreme, I will have tension in my heart when we approach the body check mechanic. I'm like, oh my God, is this the time where we wipe again and start over?
Start over.
That is not a fun tension for me. For those unfamiliar with the terminology, a body check mechanic is a mechanic which requires all players to be doing a thing or in a location at a given time. If one player is not available to resolve said mechanic, then you get an automatic wipe. This could be like 8 towers to soak, or maybe you have to place 8 meteors in the correct position, or what have you. Point being, if you're not everyone on deck, everyone in the correct location doing the correct thing, it's over.
Yeah.
Which means if the preceding mechanic has killed one player, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you lived, but
you died.
You're not gonna.
Anyway, so for this one, this was a very fun and clear, a very easy clear. So we ended up actually in the same sitting, switching over to Bismarck Extreme 2 because we were very little into our time slot.
Yeah, we wanted to give the people their money's worth.
We did, indeed.
Yeah. Well, after our fight with Ravana, we return to the storyteller and share the news. And he wants to know how we passed the seal. And we tell him about the eye, a gemstone of fire and earth.
Jen, just because sometimes sarcasm is lost upon the internet, there's no charge for participation.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus.
Hop on over to the Discord and hop on into the Eager Scion role, and you can also party with us.
Right. I guess we should clarify that, yeah, nobody has to pay for a spot. It's just, you just sign up. But it was just
anything can be taken literally.
Oh, for
once you put it out there onto the internet, especially.
Yeah.
So
it was a turn of phrase.
Oh, I know. I got it, Jen, but sometimes humor is...
Yeah, I'm a sentence into the next phase, and you were, like, stressing about it that whole time I was speaking. You're like, I gotta say something.
I was like, should I? I probably should. Anyway, now you know.
Okay.
Carry on, Jen.
Thank you. A memory resurfaces from his time with the Overmind of the burning eye of Ravana. In the olden days, Ravana was an all-devouring beast whose eye was torn from him by an invading tribe. The Nath have been hunting for it ever since. So how did we get it? Well, we tell them about the weird kid, Anukalai. The name isn't familiar to the storyteller, but they must consider us a worthy warrior to hand over the eye. And in any case, we've given them a new story to tell. Well, we've got two of these guys to deal with, right? All right. We go back to the Rising Stones and regroup with Anukalai, and he has another little magical bauble for us as we embark on our mission to vanquish the Lord of the Mists, the Weeping Eye of the Manukmanai. It has a nice, like, cadence to it. The Weeping Eye of the Manukmanai. How he came by these things, perhaps we'll find out. We are to show this item to Chief Sonu, so that he understands the seriousness of our mission and will give us yet another island to tow along as bait. Well, Chief Sonu avails us with more folksy, Welkin-related analogies and enthusiastically sends us off to return zephyr winds and sunlight to their lands. Sid, the man who will be towing the floating island once more, has a more grounded attitude about the whole thing. Smashing rocks against rocks somehow dispels storm clouds? All right. He is incredulous, though why, after all of these years doing similarly woo-woo shit, doesn't make a ton of sense.
So we do the same thing, and we get the same weird-ass message, where we smash our gem against the aetheryte, and nothing happens, but then suddenly the trial unlocks.
Yeah. Nothing much happens. And then you do this thing, and nothing much happens. Like, what? Is it because we're so, like, good?
It's a super odd detail, and I don't know what the fuck. Because, again, the quest log defies the description of the actual system message in game.
Right.
But either way, we have done the thing, we have smashed the gem, we have unlocked the trial, Bismarck Extreme. We had the same crew, as mentioned, with Bismarck as we did for Ravana, so Jen's off the hook this time.
Yay! Though I've got it ready. I can
Jen.
rename those names if you want.
I can recall Jen.
Okay.
I remember Jen. This is a very easy extreme, and honestly, this should be the hard fight. Like, just delete the hard mode, make this the hard mode. This is not a extreme whatsoever. It's
not
just
at all. I'm like,
hard.
this felt exactly the same as the hard one.
Well, shit hits harder, shit's more punishing is the thing. Because in the normal mode, you will easily blow through the DPS phases, no problem. You will tank the mechanics, no problem. Getting knocked off is the main threat on normal mode, really. Here, though, there is
the DPS
some punch. Yeah.
We're a little bit dicier.
Yes. Just like on normal, we go through the first phase. We have to use the etheric shield thing to block the Bismarck charges to protect the island. We harpoon Bismarck and we pull him in to DPS his back. This triggers the phase change where we have to fight some ads. We have to fight 2 Sanuwa ads, keep them spread them, and dodge some shit. And then we're on then to the final phase. There are more ads in this version, just in general, than on normal. So it gives you more to do, for instance, but it's no new mechanics, just like more ads, more chaos in the arena, more chances to fuck up, more work for the healers. like some work, honestly, for the healers.
Right.
And then
More
we're
than
on,
0.
we're on the final phase then. The only real change for the final phase is now when you harpoon Bismarck and pull him in and hop on his back, you can't burn him down to nothing in one shot. You'll have to DPS him, and then you have to watch for him doing like this little jiggle, this little tweak, and you have to hop off his back as soon as you see that, because if not, he will buck you off into the abyss.
Oh.
Jen, back in the day, the first time we did this, I recall mashing jump or something in all caps in the text box to hopefully avoid people getting knocked off the edge, because we were having people who were tunnel visioning the DPS or whatever, and then would get knocked into the abyss, and that would cause a wipe back then. Here, though, in voice chat, super easy. Just like one person calls it,
everybody jump, okay.
You're on board, yes. But I recall the text struggles
Get the
back in the
fuck
day.
off!
Correct. After having bailed successfully, mostly, we do another round of, dodging AoE, et cetera. We harpoon Bismarck again, and we burn down his remaining hit point pool on his back once more, and we get the clear, no problem.
Ta-da!
Did it in 1.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I was kind of bummed. I was hoping, because I went into this blind. I did watch a little thing on Ravana, and then I just didn't on Bismarck, because we were going to schedule that for a different day, so I didn't need to watch it. So yeah, everybody was like, well, guess we're just like fucking doing this then. And nobody had a problem. It was just like the normie-ass fight.
Yeah.
Same mechanics.
But better.
More hurty. Yeah.
More hurty.
More hurty.
More hurty.
We'll return to Chief Sonu, and we all know what comes next. As storm clouds give way to sunlight, so hope returns to Zundu, and clarity of vision to Sonu. Sonu sees Netherling for who she truly is. Netherling is bearer, foretold. Once, long ago, in the midst of a great battle with a tribe from the Nethers, a horrid, wicked demon comes to feast on the bodies of the fallen. Manuk Manai, we name him. And in a striking parallel to Ravana's ancient lore, Manuk Manai's eye was ripped from him by a special someone, only to return to the Vanu in their hour of need. Same exact kind of story.
Yeah.
We go back to the Rising Stones, and Anuk Halai is already like, I have read the ether, I know of your victories. And without our intervention, he reiterates, Bismarck and Ravana would have gotten into the Alagon cookie jar of incalculable cosmic power. Well, how does he know this? Well, he is gifted with an intimate knowledge of the primal mind. You have the echo. I have my thing. Let's not discuss it further.
We will not.
We will not.
So we have dealt with the primal problem, those primals who had turned their eyes heavensward towards Az's law.
Yes.
And we're now going to leave Anukalai.
Anukalai. I'm going to give you an Anukalai sandwich.
For a time to see another old friend, Thordan. Extreme.
Old friend is right. Though before we move on, I had a little extra something.
Yeah.
So for those of you who did this many, many moons ago, and you don't recall Anukalai at all, because I didn't, he looks like a prepubescent Elysian child. That's the model we're looking at. But he makes comments like, the realm of Eorzea. Ever has it been a land embraced by gods? For weal or for woe? I should wonder. Is he a diminutive Ashian? A wee eternal? A wee eternal? We don't know. Anyway, that's it. Thordan, old guy.
Hey, Jen, if you have a wee eternal, go see a doctor.
Though, in perimenopause, that's just bladder leakage, and we just deal with it.
Great.
A wee eternal.
Thordan Extreme. This is just a minstrel's ballad retelling, a dramatic retelling of our
there's no
prior fight.
There's no lore here. He just gets all poetic.
Yep, all poetic like you do. This is a proper extreme and a huge difficulty spike up from the other two.
Oh gosh. Which
Jen,
we were all hoping for. I'm so glad.
Yes, and we got it. Back in the day, Jen, we had some problems here with this trial. We beat our heads against it for quite some time, but we got through it ultimately. This was back when we didn't know better. We did this in Duty Finder, not Party Finder, I recall. Just queuing up for an hour until other unknowing fools also queued with us.
Coordinate with strangers.
Until we learned the meta.
Super fun.
This is a real extreme here. We have real mechanics, real checks here, and this will make you learn its intricacies to some extent to get through it. Though also, it is still a flexible extreme too. It is not very prescriptive per se. More on that soon. Jin, who were the peeps who joined us for Thordan Extreme?
Our Thordan peeps were Rena Chelaway as... The fuck is that? It's Astrologian. Fucking, how long have I been playing this game, man? Spiciest Meme Lord as our scholar. Talrian Morganstay as Summoner. It's upsetting to me that I have to still think a little bit about the symbols and what jobs they're for. I'm so glad people aren't doing Samurai and Ninja and Monk, because I get those three confused all the time. Still easy mode, and I still have to be what is that?
Carry on.
All right. Lilius Lith as Warrior. Cotton Candy as Machinist. Valen Kaisar as Viper. And then I was Dragoon, and Levi was Dark Knight again.
Weird. So we get into the fight. The first phase is pretty easy. We open up against Thordan alone, and we dodge some Final Fantasy XIV ass AoEs. No big deal, though he has some very spicy tank busters at min-eye level. After you get him down to about 70% or so, we get the Knights of the Round phase, and things get intense. Like in normal mode, each of these knights has their signature mechanic. These are a variety of DPS checks, AoEs, baited mechanics, etc. And they are unforgiving. You can die easily if you miss one. But they do not trigger a raid wipe. What happens here is that you get periodic mechanical checks, but you can limp through them if your surviving players are on top of their game enough to rally. This means that this phase tests your adaptability as much as it does your execution of these mechanics. And if your group doesn't have them down perfectly, you can still muddle through with enough people who are stepping it up to cover the missing players, the missing DPS, whatever. The first threshold check here comes after a few chains, baited AoEs, and towers, and then you have to burn down Sir Zephyrin. But you don't have to kill him. His raid-wide's damage scales with his remaining health. So if you do poorly on DPS against him because maybe you died during the preceding mechanics, you can cover that with mitigation, or maybe you might lose your low hit point players like your ranged and your casters, for instance, but you can still get them back in the next phase. After that, we get 3 knights charging across the arena, which is very lethal. These charges are very fat, and if you're hit, you will be knocked into the death wall. A guaranteed safe spot for these charges are these triangle designs on the arena's edge. They look like pine trees, or arrowheads, or fleur-de-lis. The safe spot is in the central spine or the trunk of these symbols, but apparently some people don't resonate with that description when we gave them in voice chat.
Yeah, y'all were like, you stand on the trunk of the tree, you stand on the tree trunks, and I'm looking around, I'm like, I don't see anything that looks like a tree. I see men.
I see men.
I see fancy, swirly poobity-doos on the floor. At the time, we were looking at an Alagon-ass sort of floor, and you're like, no, it's after the transition. I'm like, okay, I'll look for the trees then.
After the phase change to a deep, dark, black-blue, more ornate design from the Alagon-ass floor it begins with.
Yeah, it just looks like, ornate decoration. You had to point it out to me after the fact. I'm like, y'all, when you were talking about the trees, what the fuck? And so he took a snippet, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it looks like a Christmas tree. that changed everything for me because I was looking for like a tree with like a bushy
But it was too
canopy
late.
and not like fancy calligraphy inspired short pine tree with a straight line in the middle.
And remember, everyone, if you have a question, most likely other people do as well. So voice those questions.
Yeah.
It's okay to ask.
I was like,
Jen.
I was doing okay. I feel like I knew where to stand regardless of the instruction. I was still distracted by the fact that I couldn't see any trees. And everybody else was like, good to go. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't...
Well, we had a few deaths during this mechanic either way.
I probably died. So
So either way, ID those trees, hopefully, and get them trunks. And the safe band is very thin. If you're off it by a small amount, you will get clipped by these charges and you will get knocked into the death wall by the charging knights. Then we go into the 2 mini-boss phase. You are fighting Sir Jean Lenu and Sir Adolphil here, and the 2 tanks need to pick these guys up fast. If a tank died beforehand, DPS will have to pick them up, and they will have casualties as these guys hit hard. So this is a hybrid mitigation/healing/DPS check phase, as these guys deal heavy damage and have high damage tank busters, which can flat out one-shot even a tank on min-eye level without MIT and shielding. But it's also a chance for recovery from the prior mechanics too. If you have your MITs on point, if you have your healing cooldowns, you can recover some deaths from beforehand while dealing with these guys. Though it really is a resource drain. You have to cycle MITs, you have to use your healing cooldowns, whatever, to not get killed by them as they are hitting hard continuously. On top of that, though, they're also kind of juggling this damage resistance up or vulnerability up between the 2 of them. So you're going to be changing your priority target as the fight goes on between the 2 knights until one goes down.
Yep. So we're watching for that little
a shield means that they are high in defense, and a sword means damage up and vulnerability up.
Boom. So chase them down.
Chase them down.
This took us a couple of tries. This particular
mechanic. Well, it's more so, the MITs are hard, and also if you have too many people down from the last mechanic from the charges, then you're going to have a huge disadvantage going into here.
Yeah. One tank goes down and the DPS have to make up for it. That's if you can even kind of draw aggro, because the knight that lost its tank is going to just immediately go beep over the other side of the arena and team up with his bro. And
they will tether and they will fuck you.
Fucked. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So after the mini-boss adds phase, we get a bunch of miscellaneous AoEs and a comet/meteor mechanic, just like the DPS check in Circus Tower. After that, we finally move on to Ultimate End. This is the signature Knights of the Round combo attack. Successive raid-wides unleashed by Thordan and company with a backdrop of stars and an Earth-like planet in the distance behind Thordan. Super dramatic, of course.
I can see my house from here.
You cannot, because Otis has no house.
I can see my private estate.
And your house is instanced.
God damn it.
Yeah. We take the raid wides and we're into the final phase. We get a couple new mechanics in this phase. There's a fun one where a big dragon eye replaces the earth in the background, or the star Hydaelyn as the case may be. When Thordan does a gaze attack, so does the eye. But the eye will move throughout the phase, so the main tank has to reposition Thordan to be near the eye. Otherwise, you'll have a bi-directional gaze attack attacking you.
People don't know where to look.
Exactly. So that's some fun kind of mandatory repositioning there.
It looks really spooky, too.
It does. We also get a wild charge, to use our pro gamer coils lingo.
Oh.
Sir Zephyrin returns. Hey, Jen, what's a wild charge?
Oh, is that the shit from Coils? Where, like, you're going to get dive bombed by something or someone?
It is not.
Oh, never mind.
That was a test and you failed.
I did fail.
A wild charge, Jen, is a mechanic where the tank has to be the first person in a stack because the first player takes a larger amount of damage.
I remember this vividly from my first time doing this way back when. I didn't understand the concept at all. I had just kind of grasped the concept of a stack marker and not like running away from it, but running to it. So I see this thing in a different shape. You just like clump together and then you'll die. Because there's a gradient. You got to have like strong guy in front and then weak as you go along, like an ombre of
Well,
people.
it's taken front and everyone else is like whatever, thankfully. It's not like a line. It's
I always
a
thought
point.
that because I always play a caster, so I'm always in the back.
Today you learned.
Today I learned, but I didn't know that was called a wild charge. I just thought it was like a line stack or something.
Yep, coin for I believe the final boss, or the boss of turn 1 of the final coil. I think.
Okay.
Just like we get Dynamo from fucking second coil. Final fight. What's her name? Why is it escaping me? Nail.
Shit. We should do all those again because I forgot. I forgot a lot of it.
Well, good news, Jen. You can listen to episodes about the coils and
no
relive
way.
the experience.
Which episodes were those? Do you remember?
The one's called Coils of Bahamut.
And what numbers? I need the numbers.
I don't know.
I want to say that like 135 or something.
Great. Someone can check that. I don't care.
I kind of care. I just want to know how close I got.
Ben.
How close did I get?
You can check it.
Pin the tail on the podcast.
Anyway, Jen, we have a wild charge in our Thordan fight. We have Sir Zephyrin, who has returned. He stuns and marks a healer for an upcoming Spear of Fury. Jen, Spear of Fury is the Horchefant killer.
Oh.
And now it's coming for our healer.
No.
Every other player except the main tank needs to stack on the healer with the off tank in the lead to absorb the brunt of the damage. You all mitt up and you soak this stacked effect. And if a single player is killed by this stack, it's a full wipe.
Dang.
So you must all do it correctly. You can't have one person down in hit points. You can't have one person who is off center. If you have a single death here, it will be a full wipe of the raid.
That's fair.
But we did it on the first try.
Look at us.
I was so proud.
Aw, look at us all grown up.
Beyond that, we get a bunch of other maneuvers by the Knights of the Round as we finish off Thordan. During our recent session, we ran on min eye level for about 50 minutes, and we ended on an excellent pull where we aced said wild charge, and then we wiped later on in that phase, but it was still like a super good, super clean pull.
We were making excellent progress every pull.
Just to make sure we cleared in that sitting, we switched over to normal synced after that point in time, and we got the clear on the next pull. Big surprise, some eye level cushion gives you some margin for error with all the raid wides and all the other shit.
It felt so much better.
Yep.
Too easy, maybe? But yeah, we were like, oh yeah, we're doing damage. It was,
quote, too easy because we knew all the mechanics from beforehand.
I guess.
Yes, we did the time, and then Thordan got crime. Duh.
Slimed with Warrior of Light juice.
That was going nowhere good, and I was not disappointed.
You're welcome.
We have beat Thordan Extreme. That was a very fun raid. I love the trial in general, and we had a fun time, obviously, with our bros there.
Totes.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us for all of the trials we did today.
Yes, thank you all.
I got no closing remarks myself. Jin, do you?
The song of war twixt worm and man some 1,000 years ago began when mortals grasped for godly might, defaming name of king and knight. In Azisla, for woe or weal, did holy will meet righteous steel. And thence was high divinity compelled by light to bend the knee.
Deep.
I committed to not reciting that in my sing-song flippant. The song of war twixt worm and man some 1,000 years ago began. You know.
Now you ruined it.
I did ruin it. It still bothers me, the rhyming convention. And like I would like a series of haikus if they were so inclined.
Wrong expansion.
Nice.
All right. Well, next time we are due for a job quest. So we are doing the Scholar job quest because I want another fucking healer at level 60, not play Astro all the time.
Nice. I've already been front loading on that shit. Now I just have to like New Game Plus it. Boom.
Boom.
I think.
Boom, I think. All right. Well, see you next time. Bye.
And that will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for listening. A wee eternal, a mini malevolent, a petite paragon, a little La Brea. If you want to get in touch with us, you can at podreturnffxiv@gmail.com. And we are on the Blue Sky at the same tag. Check the show notes for our Discord, a link to the shirt. And last but not least, our Patreon, patreon.com/podreturnffxiv. And if you are so inclined and would like to support the pod that way, we have a couple of different options for you. We have $1 a month. You get access to all the bonus little things we talk about, we throw over there, like the seasonal events and such. And $2 a month, we have our bonus series, Sightseeing Log, where we play other games and talk about it. And I'm playing Final Fantasy VI this time, which is why we were talking about the Warring Triad, and that's very exciting. And check it out if you want. And with that, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good day or night, and we will see you next time.